Alright, so for this tutorial, I want to give you a basic introduction to layers. You can do a lot with layers, but I just want to show you some basic things you can do. So first off, the layers are on the right-hand side of the screen. They have their own box. You should have one layer already, but you can also add layers, and you can add layers in different ways. They can be a frame, you can add layers as shapes, an image, text, or even just empty. I'm going to add an empty one for right now. That means there's nothing in it. So now I have two layers in my box. Think of layers as pieces of plastic. So imagine you took a piece of plastic, you drew something on it, and you put it on top of your piece of paper or your canvas. So now you have that image on your plastic on your canvas, but you can still see through it because it's plastic and you can see through plastic. You can do that pretty much as many times as you'd like. That's what layers do. They're like pieces of plastic. You can either have them visible or not visible, so you can see them or not. So if I wanted to draw something on this layer, maybe I just want to draw a nice big smiley face on my new layer with my pen tool. If I want to hide that so I can work on the layer underneath it, I can unclick this little box and now it's hidden. If I want to see it again, I can click that box back on. And now I can see my smiley face again. I can do that with all sorts of different layers. Maybe I want to make a frowny face. And then let's do a surprised or scared face. Whoops. I think I wanted that surprised face on a different layer. Let's erase that so all of my different faces are on different layers. Boop, 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 boop. All right. New layer. Now let's make our surprised face. All right. So now I can decide, maybe I don't want to see my surprised face, or I don't want to see my frowny face. I can hide them. They're still there, but I don't see them. I can even hide my smiley face, or I can have them all visible. As long as there's a check mark in this box, you can see whatever is on that layer. Now it names them for you. It gives them names, but they're just layer 6, layer 5, layer 4. If you work with a lot of layers, that's not going to be enough to tell you what is on the layer. So you want to rename them. If I right-click on my layer, I can change the name. There's other stuff I can change too, but I just want you to worry about the name right now. So I'm going to change that one to surprise face. There we go. And then let's see. Layer 5 was my frowny face. And then layer 4 was my smiley face. So now even though I have a lot of different layers, I have this little bit of text that tells me what they are. So if I want to change the frown face, I have to make sure that I have that layer picked. Because whatever layer is highlighted over here, that's the layer you're working on. So let's say I decided I wanted to fill in the mouth of my surprised face. Now I can take and I can paint. Let's make my paintbrush bigger. Let's see. That's better. Again, we can change all sorts of fun stuff in this. There. Oh no! We can undo. Wasn't planning on going over that with you, but I didn't like that drawing, so underneath the history box, that's the last thing I did is this draw right here. Let's get rid of that. That was way too big. All right, let's see this. Oh, that's much better. That's so much better. But did I have the surprised face pick in the layer? I didn't. So if I want to hide the frown face, the inside of the mouth on my surprise face disappears because I did it on the wrong layer. So let's go back to layer name. So that's the last thing I did before I started trying to fill in the mouth of my surprised face. So now everything underneath that, it's done, it's erased as if it never happened. Let's pick the surprised face, fill it in here. Let's test, make sure. Hide the frown face. All right, the inside of my surprise face is still there. Hide the smiley face. It's still there. Still there. So that's the basic things you can do with a layer. There are tons of more things you can do, but that'll get you a start.